Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. Okay, so here's the photo. Okay, so it's a group shot with a large family, not super huge, but okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 people, 2 kids, 1 cat.
Yeah.
Shot outside in the fall. Maybe it's really interesting colors, all muted, so not very hot day, so kind of a cool spring fall day. Everybody's wearing like green, khaki, orange. Everybody's looking at the photographer, smiling. Really good looking family,
Yeah.
really nice. Great moment. Okay, so it's called, yeah, you called it family. So what's this all about?
I was actually taken this winter, and we've had a very mild winter this year. Usually there'd be snow and it'd be bitterly cold. And so we've had a mild winter, and it was taken around Christmas time where
Oh, wow.
our whole family got together. And one of our sons, my wife and I have 3 sons, and 2 of them are married. And the third one has a girlfriend, and she's in the picture also. And the youngest one and his girlfriend, for our Christmas present, gifted us a photography session.
Oh, nice.
That was one of our wishes, is to get the whole family together. It's very hard nowadays to get everybody together, and that was one of our wishes for a gift, would be somehow we could all get together and get a picture. And then you
Nice.
threw in the my oldest
The
son's
cat.
cat, so make it complete.
Nice. So this is also in Minnesota. This is all like,
Yep, that's our backyard. Yep.
oh, nice. So here's the thing. Like I set up this podcast. This is going to be episode 197.
Nice.
I meet all these people. I believe we lined up because your agent, you may have written a book, and so it's for me. It's like, who are these people that I'm meeting? Like, who are you? So your energy is like direct. You're very switched on. You're like, yep, you're here. It's great. You send me
Yeah.
this photo of your family. Okay, so of all the things you could have picked, you chose a picture of a group shot of your family,
Right.
right? So the big question is why?
Because they are my why. They are why I do what I do. And you asked me that question to start off this podcast about what does photography mean to you, and that encapsulates everything that I get up for in the morning, and that is just it in that picture right there with all of those personalities. And it'll change. We're changing every second, but at
Yep.
that moment in time, that was our family, and I love them all very much. And anything I can do to keep that family together and help them, and we all help each other. We're hopefully a little microcosm of what our society should be, where we all have our strengths and our challenges, but we help each other, we complement each other very well. And so
Mm.
so that's that's a huge part of my life, is that family of mine.
In between the lines of how people describe what's important to them,
Right.
I get to sort of notice certain things, right? So family is very important to you, okay?
Right.
But also the choice of words, the fact that you have I am, I can, I will behind you. You're very action oriented. You even have it on your mug, right?
Well,
It's like a
yeah.
brand. It's a brand onto yourself.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's your calling? So the previous guest, he's an author, so it's like, okay, that's cool. But he was a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about you? Like, what world of expertise or knowledge or whatever do you inhabit?
When I was in kindergarten, so about 6 years old, I knew that I was going to be a police officer. I knew it,
Oh,
no question in my mind. And I have 3 older sisters. I'm the only boy and the youngest in our family, but I knew I was going to be a police officer. And so I became a police officer as soon as I got out of college. And I was a
oh wow.
police officer for just about 28 years, 25 years with one department, and
Wow.
became the chief of police for 5.5 years in
Wow.
our town. So that was so. I came from a place of service, where I wanted to serve my
Yep.
community, and but then right before I retired from law enforcement, I was asked to speak with a larger police department and talk to their command staff and about my leadership journey, and I did. And I love music, so I brought my guitar down there and I shared some music and some stories. And so, right before I retired and left law enforcement, I found my second calling, and that was to
Mm-hmm.
speak, to share a message of positivity. I am, I can, I will. And to have that opportunity and the ability to share a message that, yeah, things are going to be crappy sometimes and not fun, but we have to remember to look for the beauty around us, and we forget about that.
Nice.
We get so caught up.
Nice.
So I've been blessed with two callings in my life: first law enforcement, and now speaking. And so as kind of a natural offshoot of my motivational and inspirational speaking, people kept saying, "You need to write a book, man." And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to
I
do.
don't know where to start.
Yeah, well, yeah. Where to begin? So I began writing a book probably 6 years ago, and just finished it, and it just came out, and tickled pink about that whole thing. And it just
Is that the name of the book?
the name of the book is called "Find Your Beat, Walk in the Rhythm of Life," and
Oh,
right. So I
nice.
use that rhythm and then that beat. As police
Yep.
officers, we walk a beat, and so it's kind of a mixed meaning, and but it applies to everybody. That, hey, what's your rhythm? And in Hong Kong, what's your how are you going to find your rhythm? And people wherever they're at, we need to find that our own rhythm of life,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of static and a lot of noise when in the media or our friend groups or at work, or we hear all that static coming in. So how do we filter that?
Mm-hmm.
Not by burying our head in the sands and being ignorant, but how do we balance it all and find that harmony and that rhythm in our life? And so the book was kind of a natural progression. Yeah, just excited that, and I get these opportunities. I mean,
Right.
I just I pinch myself. It's amazing. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you back. Look, we're going to connect as human beings, right? So, first of all, we have many overlapping sections, in our lives, right? So, for me, I've spent 15 years working with a very kind of renowned business leader who really looked at what is the nature of service. And then, so when you say you spent 25 years in law enforcement,
Mhm.
I mean, that is a kind of calling or work or where you put your energy that is service oriented. And for most people, when they think service, they think customer service, right? That's the idea, the sort of the immediate sort of association. Whereas what we'd say is service is the energy you bring to each other,
Mhm.
right? It's all it is like service isn't necessarily commercial, but it's, for example, when you're an officer, your service is the energy between you and whoever you're talking to.
Right.
And we say that in a family, like I'm looking at this group photo of you guys, like you're all giving a service within your little network, your little tribe of people, and
Mhm.
even a toddler gives a toddler service. And
Mhm.
sometimes like a newborn service is like the worst, but that's exactly the service that newborn needs to give. And as parents and as siblings, you give each other that service. So that's where I'm coming in, sort of in terms of how I'm interfacing with you.
Mhm.
And I'm not one to believe in fate and all this stuff, but in my biography, in my life, ups and downs, right now is a very challenging moment.
Mhm.
And here we are, we meet, and here's this really bright, activated, leadership sort of oriented fellow with I am, I can, I will. Look, great to meet you, Tim. Great to meet
Yeah.
you. This is great.
Yeah. Right back at you. I mean, I don't think things happen by accident. I really don't. I mean, that's a big
Mm-hmm.
part of my mindset is. somebody needs to hear something you're saying, and your podcast, I don't have any idea, and you don't know who's going to listen to it, and
Right,
so
exactly.
somebody having the worst day of what they think is the worst day of their life, and they're driving to work, and they put your podcast on the commute to work, and
Yep,
whoever your guest is, and your conversation that you're having with your guest, it may be exactly what that person needs to hear right at that time, and you can't control that.
exactly.
I can't control. We just keep showing up, and you keep showing
Yep.
up at early in the morning. So sorry to wake you up so early.
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. Look, Tim, these things go really quickly. We have to go. We have to leave your beautiful family. Great shot, and we will move on to the next photo. So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.